Hey everybody, Darin Nakakihara here. I was diagnosed with ALS on November 9th, 2023. And I am here with my friend Amanda. And Amanda has put me on this regimen of supplements. And I wanted to share it with you. But before we get started, I have to make this crystal clear, okay? Neither one of us are doctors. This is not medical advice. I'm just telling you what I am taking, okay?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, and then, so she's going to tell you what each one is, in theory, supposed to do for you, okay?
Exactly. And if anybody knows, actually all supplements, nothing can make a claim, and that's because they're an over-the-counter item. Nutritional supplements are not regulated by the FDA for any indication of any disease, so they can't make claims. And because of that, unfortunately, we know nutritional supplements work really well to help with underlying disorders, but because they're not regulated by the FDA for certain indications, there's no studies done for them. So that's why when Darin says, in theory,
yes,
theoretically based on the mechanism of action of certain nutritional supplements, they may be helpful for his condition.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, like, I've been on this since March, and I can tell you that the one thing that really stands out to me is the muscle spasms have really subsided. But I don't, how do you know if they're working or not? Unless I stop, right? I guess I'll figure it out.
Exactly. And typically what we're looking at with patients that have ALS is how can we help with nerve regeneration, potentially? How can we provide immune support, and how can we keep the liver processing all of this through your body so that it can be metabolized and you can actually utilize it. So that's kind of the goal that we look for. Those are the three things I would say that we focused on.
Okay. Where should we start?
I know. So, well, we can start here. We'll start at this end.
Okay.
So, EGCG is a green tea extract, and when it's as EGCG, it's actually already been metabolized to its active form.
Oh, okay.
So this makes it easier for you to absorb it. And it helps with liver support. Okay. And it also is an immune booster.
Oh.
So.
No wonder I haven't gotten sick.
Right. There you go. Right? So that's what we're working on with
we'll put that over here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is one of the, again, antioxidants. When it has flavonoids, which is why this is so important. When it's in an ester form, that means it's bound to a different salt, making it more absorbable to do what we need it to do. And when it has flavonoids or bioflavonoids, those help with inflammation.
Oh, I need to take more of those. Yes. My hands are so...
Yeah, that's why we do this. Okay. Inflammation, we want to reduce inflammation, and I probably should have said that too. It's the things we're focusing on. You know, it's not just nutritionally done, but also through diet, you know, not eating refined sugars, you know, the bad carbs.
Right.
Anything that reduces inflammation throughout the body, that's what we're focusing on. So that's what the bioflavonoids are doing. Okay.
What do we got next?
So, probiotics.
Oh yeah. We should have started with this. So as soon as I wake up, I take one of these things.
Which is perfect. Probiotics most people know it's the most important thing for gut health. 75% of your immune system resides in your gut. 75%. If your gut's healthy, you're going to have a good immune system. You're going to be able to absorb everything we have going on here. So, probiotics, and first thing in the morning, empty stomach, best time to take them. Okay, so you're doing that perfect. So, probiotics.
All right.
And he does 40 billion units, which is a good dose every day.
Yeah, just one pill in the morning.
One pill, first thing in the morning, empty stomach. Omegas. Omega-3 is so important for brain function. And also, currently, he's taking 500 milligrams 3 times a day with food, just because it's a fish oil. This is an Alaskan. Usually, omega-3 is derived from a couple different sources. There is a plant omega, because some people are vegan.
Oh, yeah.
There is. But most of what we get comes from deep sea cold water fish.
Okay.
So that's where you're going to get the most concentrated omega-3. Great for brain function, and at higher doses is anti-inflammatory. Again, we want to keep the body without inflammation. The less inflammation, the better you're going to feel.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that's our omegas.
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 We're going to up this.
We are going to up it. We're going to go up to 3 grams a day or 3,000 milligrams.
Okay.
Because we have room for inflammation support.
Okay.
And it also helps with cholesterol. So we want to make sure your liver's working properly, and cholesterol is manufactured or metabolized through the liver. So we got to keep that liver healthy so we can keep any cholesterol out of your system.
Okay.
Okay. Speaking of liver support, silymarin. So a lot of people, I think, have heard of milk thistle for supporting the liver. Since your body is a little compromised, silymarin is the active form that milk thistle is converted to.
Oh.
So it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
Let's just go straight.
Yeah, skip a step.
Skip a step. Let's make it easier on the liver. Make it easier on the body. So silymarin, super important for liver support. And that's why we do the silymarin.
And I take 3 of those.
3 a day. 3 a day. And this is 250 milligram per capsule. More liver support. Glutathione. So glutathione is a very potent antioxidant that supports the liver. And it's...
Where is he going? There's no water out there. We had a pipe leak, okay? So the plumbers are I don't know what he's looking for, though. Okay.
Funny. Okay, so back to glutathione. It is like the most important.
Oh, it is?
It really is.
Let me see what this one looks like.
It is so important. Yeah, it's this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's this big guy.
Okay.
So, and this formula actually has a couple other things that we'll touch on as well that are important and super helpful. So I'm glad you found this one.
Yeah.
So, glutathione is very difficult to be absorbed.
Oh.
So when it's done in a liposomal form, increases absorption significantly. So doing glutathione, the only better way to get glutathione would be an IV bag.
Oh.
So direct, into the veins. If you can't, do it in a liposomal formula, which you have here. And then as I was looking at it, it also has some hyaluronic acid, which is super good for inflammation in the joints. Very good for that. And I think a lot of women out there would know it for skin. It helps with your skin. So indirectly, it'll help with that.
Okay.
It also has a little alpha lipoic acid, which we'll get to that next too, but it's just more complementary. helps with regulate blood sugar. We know when we regulate blood sugar, you don't get high spikes in your blood levels, leading to better outcomes.
Right.
And then it has resveratrol, and resveratrol, again, potent antioxidant. Anytime we can put an antioxidant into the body to eat up free radicals that are popping off, causing damage to tissues, that's what we're focusing on.
Okay.
So resveratrol also comes from red wine.
Oh.
Yeah. Or red grapes.
Okay.
But to get it into a very concentrated form, you take it in a capsule form.
Right.
So this also has all of that in it as well per 2 capsules. So really good.
That
formula.
is like the most important one.
This is a good one.
Here.
Good one.
Okay. I take 2 of those a day.
Yeah. And you're going to link some of this maybe at the end?
Yeah, I'll let you know what dosage and I'm taking.
Perfect. We talked a little bit about how that formula had some alpha lipoic acid. Alpha lipoic acid, super important anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, regulates blood sugar. Overall, you need it.
Okay.
You need it to keep blood sugar, because if you think about it, blood sugar, if it's elevated, is going to lead to higher cholesterol typically as well, because you're just not metabolizing your fats properly. So you need the body to just function so you don't get the big 3, hypertension, diabetes, and high cholesterol. So we're trying to avoid all of those and keep inflammation super low in the body. Okay. Another anti-inflammatory, N-acetylglucosamine. Very, very, very good for joint inflammation and just overall inflammation in the body. So really good. These you're taking 2 a day. I love N-acetylglucosamine. Super good for you. Hormones. Hormones play a big part in your muscle deterioration. We know in ALS that those muscles are just wasting away, and we don't want that to happen. So keeping your, especially male hormone, testosterone, elevated to the point where you're in normal range will help with strength, endurance, stamina. Those are the things we need, and we got to keep your muscles nice and strong. So pregnenolone is the mother hormone. It is the parent hormone. And there's been some studies that show patients with ALS have low pregnenolone levels. So supplementing with pregnenolone, there's a whole hormone cascade, which you guys can look that up. But pregnenolone starts at the top. It is the mother hormone, and then cascades down to help create and support testosterone levels. So that's why we're doing pregnenolone. DHEA, also one of the direct precursor hormones to testosterone. DHEA also very important to help keep your cortisol levels or your adrenals, which help with all of your energy. It is your energy powerhouse. They're those little walnut-shaped organs on top of your kidneys called your adrenal glands. So important in all of this. If you don't have good adrenal support, nothing's going to work. So we've got to keep, it helps regulate hormones in the body. Cortisol is super duper important. So DHEA supports cortisol levels, also helps support your testosterone levels. And that's why we do that. This is just a 50 milligram. It's in a micronized form. When it's micronized, that means that the actual molecule is smaller. When it's smaller, it's easier to be absorbed. So we want, if we can get it in a micronized form, you're going to absorb it a lot better. Okay? Vitamin D. Very important for immune support, bone support, brain support. I mean, it's everything. When taken with vitamin K2, you get better absorption. We know we get vitamin D from the sun in limited amounts. We have to be careful with that, but also helps with, especially when you're getting it from the sun, you're getting your vitamin D, but you're also increasing melatonin levels. And we know there's studies that show patients with ALS have lower melatonin levels. Could be a reason why you don't sleep well at night. We know melatonin is that hormone you need to sleep. And if you don't have it, you're going to be restless. Your body's going to be restless.
I sleep terrible, you guys.
Yeah. So the more melatonin and getting it naturally from the sun, why not? I mean, 10, 15 minutes a day, boost your vitamin D, helps with melatonin levels, both cellularly and the melatonin that's formed in your brain. That's
what is the 3?
Oh, D3 means that it's an oral form versus getting it naturally from the sun.
So this is D3 and K2.
D3, K2. Yeah. And we're actually going to boost him up a little bit because he's got a little bit of low D3.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll increase that.
Okay.
Vitamin D, just really quick, want to touch on it. You can take too much.
Oh, you can?
Yes. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means that it's stored in your fat cells, and then it gets released out.
Okay.
So we don't want to take high doses, super high. And when I say super high, we're talking 50,000 units versus you're taking 4,000.
Okay.
So
got it.
Going up to 8,000, safe. Safely, right. Very, unless you have elevated D3 levels, which you don't.
Right. So I have been taking 1, but we're going to go up to 2.
We're going to go up to 2. So yes, vitamin D, fat soluble, which also means that it's absorbed when you take it with a fat.
Right. So take it with a healthy fat.
Healthy fat, yes. Key, healthy fat, because we don't want you to take it with a steak.
Right.
And then your cholesterol goes through the roof, and we're kind of like spinning. So we're not going to do that.
Okay.
Okay. Next, we have theracurmin. Theracurmin, this is the high potency form. So theracurmin is actually a turmeric property.
Okay.
So a lot of people know what turmeric is, and a lot of foods are cooked with turmeric, and turmeric is great. I would say, get the root and shred it on food. Yeah. It's really good for you.
Okay.
This is a really bioavailable form, which is why we do the HP. I love this formula because of that.
What does HP stand for?
High potency.
Oh.
High potency.
Okay.
So it is when it's in the theracurmin, so it comes from turmeric, and then the active form is the theracurmin. So
is that the orange pill?
This is orange.
Okay.
And it's big. Okay. Yes, it's a big orange pill.
Okay.
Yes.
There's another one that's like orange.
Oh, that's your B vitamin.
Okay.
And yeah, that one's in your vitamin pack.
Okay.
But potent anti-inflammatory. So turmeric teas, guys, really good. It's very, very, very good for inflammation. That's why we do this. Okay.
A lot of anti-inflammatory stuff going on.
Right, which is probably why you get some relief.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, theoretically.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, so B vitamins, lots of different B vitamins out there. From my readings, when it's in a methylated form, that means it's bound to a methyl group. And this one actually says right on there, quatropolic bran methylfolate. So when it's methylated, it makes it easier to absorb, and it actually gets into the brain where we want it to work.
Yeah.
B vitamins help support nerve regeneration, which is what's happening in ALS. Those nerve fibers are dying. We got to keep them alive. So theoretically, this should be helpful.
Okay.
And when it's in the methylfolate form, and a lot of times it might even say on there MTF on the back, it'll say vitamin B, whatever, in MTF, methylfolate.
Okay.
Just means that it's easier to be absorbed. And this is a comprehensive formula, so it has vitamin B1, vitamin B2, vitamin B3, B6, folate, B12, biotin, and pantothenic acid. All of those are your B. So it's a very comprehensive B formula. It's great. And it's active B because it has that methyl.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So again, we're reducing the steps it takes for your body has to do and let's just get it in there and do what it's supposed to do. So that's our B complex.
Okay.
Along with that.
Yes.
B12 separately.
Okay, because we didn't get enough B in this one.
Because we didn't get enough B. So B12 is the hardest B vitamin to absorb out of all of them.
Okay.
It gets destroyed in the gut.
Okay.
So this is a sublingual tablet, so it dissolves quickly.
Okay.
So you shouldn't swallow this. You should let it dissolve in your mouth.
No, let me see that one. That is my least favorite one of the day, guys.
Is it cherry?
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
All right, I will do that.
I think
now on.
A lot of people kind of complain about the taste.
That's the one I'm like, of all the pills.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yes.
Let it dissolve.
Let it dissolve, because if you're swallowing it, it's just getting destroyed in the gut.
Okay.
Like 90% of it.
Okay.
So between the chicken gum,
all right,
or you can even put it in a little water and try to dissolve it, but you still have to hold it. You need to hold it in the mouth.
Okay.
So we're just trying to get it a chance to. So you can even crush it if you want and let it just sit there.
Can I snort it?
You cannot snort it. Go right to the brain, which is what we want it to do. But again, this is a methylcobalamin. A lot of people know vitamin B12 as cyanocobalamin. When it's methylated, it actually goes into the brain, which is where most ALS patients need it to go. And actually,
I've been destroying 90% of this thing, so okay.
See, so maybe we'll notice some changes, because why not? And you're doing 2 of these a day, so that's 5,000 micrograms, which is pretty much a good optimal dose. Okay. So now you get to eat 2 of them. Sorry, friend. You know.
Maybe I'll learn to like it.
Yes. Or maybe we can find a different flavor.
Okay.
It seems to be a lot of people don't like that flavor. PQQ. Most people probably have never heard of PQQ.
I don't even know half the stuff I'm taking.
I would say the long name, but it doesn't really matter. PQQ is a potent antioxidant.
Oh.
So again, when combined with CoQ10, they actually work synergistically, which means they work together.
Okay.
CoQ10 is the most abundant enzyme in your heart. Cardioprotective, also increases oxygen, which we know when we increase oxygen, we get reduced inflammation.
So I just had some labs done and my heart looked pretty good.
Really good. So, really good.
All this stuff.
CoQ10. So this only has a little bit of CoQ10 in it just to help with the absorption of the PQQ. And it has a little more of that methylcobalamin in there, so which is great. It's great. An extra 1,000's is great.
Okay.
CoQ10. We just talked about it. Most abundant enzyme in the heart. This is a higher dose, which means it really works on the heart, but also helps increase oxygenation to the tissues. And when we increase oxygen, you're gonna feel better.
Yeah.
So CoQ10, fat soluble. Want to take it with a healthy fat, just like vitamin D. So you can take the 2 together. Even if you wanted to take it with the fish oils, because that's a healthy fat, would help with absorption. So taking those 3 together.
I do then.
Yes, would be just more comprehensive and better. We're getting to the last few, guys. I know it's been a lot. Pycnogenol is, again, a potent antioxidant. Grapeseed would be another constituent. It has what's called an OPC, which is proanthocyanidins. Those come from grapeseed extract. Pycnogenol is from pine bark extract. Both probably are in this formula. Yeah, They are. Pycnogenol, grapeseed, red wine, because grapes, right? That's where it comes from. Bilberry is like a blueberry. So all of those, and then this also has those bioflavonoids we were talking about, which are super important for inflammation. So you can see common denominator, you're throwing anti-inflammatory. Yeah. Couple that with weight-bearing exercise if you can, just to keep your muscles strong.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I know. But even walking a little bit, as much as you can, whatever you can do, even if it's like picking up these vitamins and, you know, doing just a little bit. Because we got to keep those muscles working or they atrophy. And as muscle dies, it's not good.
Right.
We got to keep the muscles strong and healthy.
Okay.
So that's it. Last thing really is not related to ALS at all, but we know any man over 50 probably needs some prostate support. So just as your friend, I added prostate support just to keep that healthy because, right, we want to...
Mrs. N thinks you.
Yes, exactly. You know, we don't want to add any prostate issues to the... So that's just normal health for men 50 and older.
All right. Wow.
That's it, I know, right?
Yeah.
Exhausting.
So here, grab that pill thing. So this is what I have a whole month of these things.
Yeah, this day 24.
And I just pull them out by date and we fill it up once a month with these things. And actually Mrs. N does all the work. And then, pull them out once a day and that's my regimen for the day. The Amanda protocol, we'll call this.
We hope. That's the key. We're just really trying to help you be better. That's the goal, right? Is to slow, hopefully, the degradation of muscle wasting, of nerve loss, fiber. We got to keep those cells healthy.
Yeah.
And that's our goal.
You guys... Again, this is not medical advice, okay?
Yes, not medical advice.
That's this is just what I'm taking. Like, I'm not telling you to take it. I will leave you a list of everything I'm taking. And if you want to do it, that's totally on you. But honestly, do not come back at me because this is just what I'm doing.
Yeah, don't come back at me either. I'm just doing it out of love for my friend. And I want you to get better, and I want you to be the best that you can be.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time because I've been taking these for like 5-6 months now. So,
right.
All right. See you later.
Bye, guys.